Buenos dias. Today we're going to be talking about making comparisons in Spanish. So you should have a handout that looks like this. And today is, hoy es el 2 de octubre del año 2023. All right, so to say that people or things are equal to each other, we're going to use the word tan plus the adjective plus the word como. So tan is used only with adjectives. And if you don't remember what an adjective is a describing word used to describe. So describing word. So for example, el hockey es tan popular como la natación. Popular is our adjective, so we use tan and como to compare hockey and swimming. So in case you don't remember, tan means as, and como in this case also means as. So como is going to be depending on context, but in this case when we use it to compare, it's used as the word as. All right, so on the opposite side, so for example, if you don't believe that hockey is as popular as swimming, you would say that they are not equal. So we would say the negative verb form. So for the negative verb form here, the only thing that's going to change or be different is we add the word no. So no is our negative verb form. So here we would say, el hockey no es tan popular como la natación. So hockey is not as popular as swimming. All right, so we're going to move on to section A. So we're going to fill in the blanks with tan, como, and es to correctly complete the sentences. So here we have la banda es blank popular como la orquesta. So we already have the word es, we already have the word como, so the word that's missing is the word tan. Number 2, and this is our adjective. Our adjective is popular. Number 2, jugar a los bolos no es tan popular, blank el ajedrez. So we already have the word es, and we already have the word tan, so our missing word therefore would be como. Number 3, hacer gimnasia blank tan popular como las artes marciales. So again, our adjective is popular. The words that we already have are tan and como, so our missing word therefore would be es. Number 4, las animadoras no son blank populares como los miembros del equipo. So, populares, all of our adjectives are the word popular for some reason. So far we have a verb form of ser, and our verb forms of ser are soy, eres, es, somos, and son. So we have son here, so it replaces the es. We have como, so our missing word here is tan. Number 5, el bailarín no es tan popular, blank, el cantante. So again, our adjective is popular. We have es and we have tan, and this is a negative verb form, so we don't believe it is as popular. The dancer is not as popular as the singer, so we're missing the word como. All right, section B. Each person thinks the activities below are equal. Complete their thoughts by filling in the correct verb form of ser, the comparative expression tan and como, and the adjective in parentheses. All right, so the verb forms of ser, for those of you who don't remember, our verb forms of ser are soy, eres, es, somos, and son. All right, so we are going to get started. So, number one, creo que el ajedrez blank. So for ajedrez is a object. Well, not necessarily an object. El ajedrez means chess. So it is considered third person singular. So third person singular. Soy is I am. Eres is you are. Es is he or she is. You are or it is. So in this case, el ajedrez would use es. El ajedrez es tan, which is next. Our adjective is interesante. So we're going to write interesante here. And then the last part of our comparative expression is como. All right, number two. Yo creo que las dos actividades blank, 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 and we're going to use aburridas, la fotografía. So we are comparing las dos actividades with la fotografía. Las dos actividades is plural because we have dos, which means two. Actividades ends in es. Our article is las. So we know it's plural and we know it's feminine. So this is going to be son because somos is we are. Son is they are or you all are. So las dos actividades would be considered they. So we are going to go ahead and mark down that this is third person plural. And we're going to use son. Dan. And we said our adjective was aburridas. So aburridas. And then we're going to fill in the last blank with como. So yo creo que las dos actividades son tan aburridas como la fotografía. I believe the two activities are as boring as photography. All right, number three. Para mí el hockey es, because hockey is third person singular. Tan emocionante, which is our adjective in parentheses. Como, oops, my como looks a little weird. Como bailar. So for me, para mí means for me. Hockey is as emotional as to dance. All right, number four. Hay para mí las actividades, and it's plural because we end in es and as. So third person plural. So para mí las actividades son, because son is third person plural of the verb form for ser. Tan, our adjective in parentheses is difíciles. Como las clases de la escuela. So for me, the activities are as difficult as the classes at school. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and move on. I will have this uploaded on Schoology as well. So if you didn't quite get everything or I'm going too fast, you can make sure you get everything written in your notes. All right, so now on the back side, now we're going to talk about nouns. So a while ago, we talked about comparing adjectives. Now we're going to be comparing nouns. So we are going to use tanto, and tanto, if it ends with the O, it's masculine. If it ends in an A, it's feminine. So use tanto or tanta plus a noun plus como to say as much as. So to say as much as. For example, tanto interés como, so as much interest as. Now, if it's plural, the noun is plural, we have to make sure that we use the correct number in agreement. So, for example, if it's tantos, it has to be masculine and plural. If it's tantas, it's feminine and plural. And we add this with the noun plus como to say as many as. So tantos jóvenes como, so as many young people as. So make sure that it agrees in number and in gender with the item that is being compared. So in our example, Elena no hace tantas actividades extracurriculares como Juan. Elena doesn't do as many extracurricular activities as Juan. All right, so we're going to move on to section C, put it into practice. So looking at the sentences, and we're going to decide what is underlined, whether it's feminine or masculine, singular or plural, and we are going to match the word in parentheses. So number 1, yo tengo blank prácticas como mi hermano. Prácticas ends in AS, so it has to match for feminine and plural. So we therefore would select not tantos, because that's masculine and plural, but tantas, because that matches in feminine and plural. Number 2, Juan toma blank lecciones de artes marciales como Carlos. So even though lecciones ends in ES, if we don't remember whether it's masculine or feminine, for this example here, we know that it is plural. It ends in S, so we know that we would use AS because the other option is tanta. Lecciones is feminine, and its definite article would be las. Number 3, Elena tiene blank pasatiempos como Angélica. Pasatiempos is masculine and plural, so therefore we would use tantos, not tantas. Tantas is feminine. Number 4, Camilo tiene blank interés en el hockey como Juan. So even though interés ends in an S, this is singular. If it said intereses with another ES, then it would be plural. So in this case, because it is singular, we would not use tantos, we would select tanto. Okay, number 5. I blank bailarinas como bailarines. So bailarinas ends in AS, it is feminine and plural, so we would use tantas. However, if this was flipped, if this said I blank bailarines como bailarinas, then we would use tantos because bailarines is masculine plural. But in this case, we would use tantas. All right, so moving on to the last section, section D. Write the correct form of tanto, tanta, tantos or tantas in the following phrases. So now we're just going to fill in the blank with one of these 4. So number 1, I blank personas mayores como personas menores. So personas we know is feminine and plural. So therefore, we would use tantas. Number 2, en la escuela hay blank equipos de deportes como clubes. So equipos is masculine plural. So therefore, we would use tantos. Number 3, hay blank profesores simpáticos como antipáticos. All right, so profesores is plural. It is masculine. For those of you who thought it is feminine, if it's a profesoras, then it would be feminine. But in this case, profesores is masculine. So masculine plural, then we would use tantos again. So hay tantos profesores simpáticos como antipáticos. So because it ends in ES, and if you're not quite sure, it has the word simpáticos here to describe it, and simpáticos ends in OS. So therefore, we know that it is masculine. All right, number 4, hago blank trabajo como Javier. So trabajo is singular, and it ends in an O, so therefore we know it's masculine. So we said it's singular. So if it's masculine singular, we would use tanto. Hago tanto trabajo como Javier. All right, number 5. La clase crea blank páginas web como los técnicos. So páginas ends in AS. A means that it is feminine. The S means that it is plural. So feminine plural, we would then use to match tantas, AS ending as well. So la clase crea tantas páginas web como los técnicos. Okay, and the last one. El hombre rico tiene cuadros como un museo. So cuadros ends in OS. O makes it masculine. The S makes it plural. So masculine plural, we would use tantos. So el hombre rico tiene tantos cuadros como un museo. All right, so I have grades updated in Schoology. In Skyward. So if you are missing your chem chart in Schoology, make sure you get that in as soon as possible, because after today it is one day late, so it is 10 points off. So after Wednesday, it will no longer be accepted. So make sure you get that in as soon as possible. This is going to go glued onto page 26 in your journal. And you do have a short assignment in Schoology, instant check, making comparisons. It is only 8 questions, so there is no reason it shouldn't be done by the end of class. It will close at the end of class, and that grade will be put into Skyward later today. So make sure you get that done quickly and as soon as possible. Use your notes, the ones that we just took. Y'all have a great day. Que la pasen bien.